Good evening, everybody. Tonight I am happy to introduce my esteemed colleague, Kyoko Bartley. Kyoko is a Japanese-born artist based in Princeton. She has, by estimation, I've heard over 200 artworks, most of them animal portraiture. She does a great deal with the black squirrels that we're all familiar with on Princeton's campus. She's known for this red Fuji style painting, and she's going to talk to you tonight about her journey as an artist.
Yeah.
And we go. Give her a round of applause.
My friend. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for coming. Although this terrible weather today, we didn't expect this snow last night, but I'm so happy that we can have this presentation today, and I really appreciate that all of people here to come. I would like to start my presentation with slide. Let's start. So first of all, thank you so much for Princeton Makes, Jim, who established this place, and my artistic friends here. And I couldn't make it without all of your help and support. Thank you. Princeton Makes is a wonderful artist co-op. We have over 40 artists right now, and thank you so much for having me as a member. Okay. Artist statement. Art isn't just what I do. It's in my name. Kyoko Bartley. So, I'm so happy that I have this name. But this is a joke. So my real artist statement is this: I reflect on my life with each stroke, painting with gratitude and the desire for continual growth. That's what I feel right now when I paint. And if you don't know my art, these are some of my arts, like Japanese type or illustration cartoons. And I would like to introduce some of my current art. Here are some Princeton black squirrels. I started this series from 2016 winter after I moved to here from Cincinnati. They are one of my best-selling work right now. Yeah, this year I made about 20 new illustration of black squirrels. They are hanging behind that wall. So later, please check if you could. And these are my Japanese themed paintings. And these are pet portraits. I liked drawing animals since when I was a kid. My first award when I was a kindergartner, and later I decided to open commissions when I was a high school student. It was animal art, so this type of animal portraits are my lifelong artwork, and they are more pet portraits. They are small, like 3 times 3 inches, small canvas, acrylic. This is Aka Fuji. Fuji is Japanese highest mountain, tallest mountain. And when it's red like this, like in sunset or sunrise, they believe it's a good luck symbol in Japanese culture. And some people like to hang and display Aka Fuji art in their home. And one of them are owned by Japanese baseball director Nagashima Shigeo-san. He is one of the collector of my art. Okay. Here's I would like to introduce my exhibitions. Now I have exhibition at Monroe Township Library from November through December 30th. So I will take it down in the morning of December 30th. So if you have a chance before that, please come and look. I have almost 80 pieces of art there, and some are sold, so not actually 80 anymore, but most of them are still there, so please enjoy it. Okay, now in this presentation, I am going to talk about my past, myself as artist, and challenges and vision. My past. Here we go. I was born in Japan, near Tokyo, and my mother is an artist. She can sew and design and paint, fine art, and also modern composition or abstract art. My father was a businessman and very strict type of person. Yes. And when I was 4 years old, I had a tuberculosis and I had to be absent from kindergarten for 1.5 years. It was very hard for me, but
Did you say 4.5 years?
1.4.
1.5.
Yeah. So about 4 to 6 years old, I was sick. But after I totally recovered, I started going to school, so I was okay. And I liked drawing and kids DIY stuff, and I loved Disney animation and American movies. My mother borrowed almost all classic, famous movies at the video store. Back then, we had video stores, and we watched a lot of famous movies together, and it was very fun. And she showed me like from Wizard of Oz to Omen, the scary movie.
Wow.
I'm not sure it's a good idea for for kids, but I was kind of traumatized, but it was something. And, and I started making my own stories and add pictures with them, with like little story and like animal art, and started to visualize and started thinking about how did I do it in movie or animation. That was kind of my start of creativity. After I recovered, I made a big painting of a kangaroo, and I got a prize at local agriculture festival. And then another time, I drew piglets and their mom in mud, and it was very fun. And then somehow I got a prize again. Mm-hmm. And then my school teachers started submitting my art to everywhere, like city hall or local shows. Kids have a lot of shows there. And I received awards like every 2 weeks from local to national competitions, kids competition. And school encouraged me a lot like that way when I was a kid. And when I was 9, my mom and I left my father because he was a kind of person who never come back to home. Yeah. And then I started living with my mom, and she is working and comes back home around 5 or 6 after her work. And so that means I could dominate my TV. And I can watch TV as much as I want. And I started learning how to use VHS. And then I started recording Disney afternoon cartoon show. And then every day after school, I played Disney cartoons and then rewind and forward and slow motion, frame by frame, and then started looking at the hand-drawn animation back then. Yep, it was a very nerdy way. And this is my mother's suggestion. My mother gave me a suggestion to practice every day if you want to be an artist. And then she told me draw a sketch every day like this. And then eventually I kept doing this until 2011, until the big earthquake hit Japan. I had to stop practice like this every day on 2011 because after the big earthquake, um, Japan was hit by small earthquake very frequently. It's my 1 hour sketch practice when I was like 20 or to 30 years old. Okay. When I was 11 years old, my uncle took me to Hollywood. And we went to Disneyland and Universal Studios for fun. And I saw the actual film set there at the Universal Studios. And that was a huge, huge impact on me. I made my desire for animation making and story making and finally got together in my mind. My dream in American film industry. I was so into movies and started to thinking about their techniques that year. And I remember I said, I want to be a movie maker like Spielberg at graduation ceremony of elementary. And when I was middle school, Disney had their own movie festival in Tokyo. And I went there with my cousin who became actual animator in Japan. And I met some Disney's executives like Roy Disney. He was living there. Back then he was visiting Japan. And Jeffrey Katzenberg, who is the founder of DreamWorks. And also Michael Eisner, CEO of Disney, and other voice actors. And I got autographs, their autographs on my back. At the end of high school, I drew my hamster like this, but this is not actual hamster painting I'm talking about. But I submitted the color pencil hamster drawing of my. I had a pet hamster, so I drew that hamster with color pencil, and then I submitted to a competition at the published company in Japan, and then I won a prize somehow. And they, when I met them, they told me how about make more animal art. So why not? I love animals, so my freelance artist life started here. At the same time, I was still into movie making and actually started making stop motion short films. And I wanted to go to film school or art school, but my parents didn't let me. So I went to a just regular college, majoring in American culture and literature. But the school was in very good location for me. I had another plan. The college I went was very near to a famous movie school in Japan, in Tokyo. So I sometimes sneaked into their classes and made friends and get to know professors. And when I was junior of college and co-founded my own research, and I stayed at Hollywood and New York whole summer. It was year 2000. And movie professors took me to Disney Studios and USC and American Film Institute and so many places, and met some important people there. And I was so inspired. And we discussed about future movie business with digital distribution, like internet. So it was before YouTube and Netflix. Netflix was actually delivering DVDs. In the very end of undergraduate, I made a short film with scholarship and released the movie in Tokyo. Then I went to grad school and kept studying American movie and their business and in coming internet era. And after I finished masters, I worked for digital devices development company. The first Kindle prototype was our creation with MIT Media Lab. So next chapter is myself as artist. So while I was undergraduate, I kept making art as a freelancer. So I never gave up to be an artist. So after I started working regular job, and when I came back home, I tended to draw or edit photos and make a short film from my hand drawing. And I actively enjoyed participating contests too. And sometimes I made like this and concept art or background art for comic books. And they are background art, and I do digital and analog. And it depends on my client's needs. They are photographies. And I got some awards in photographs. The left one is a famous Buddhism temple in Tokyo. It's called Sensoji. And also, right one is I got the award of Daily Deviation by Deviant Art Company. I think I took these at London and Boston. But taking photos is a good thing for artists, even if you not serious about taking photographs, but still very good for your paintings because you can practice to make best composition with a very quick decision. They are the left one is ripple on water with moonlight. The right one is Japanese festival. This one I took in mountain of Fukushima. It was 2009. And this one got our first prize in world competition of nature photography. And do you know who they are? So left one is Steven Spielberg, my respected Steven Spielberg. And the right one, do you know who she is? You know, my daughter. My daughter. Yeah. And so earlier I said my mother told me to draw every day, and here are some results after 30 years. Little by little, I became better. These are Walt Disney and Audrey Hepburn actually sold recently. Okay, my father and I lived separately, but for a long time. But my parents didn't get divorced. After I finished master's, he was diagnosed cancer. After 5 years of fighting, he passed away. And then I tried to concentrate on my work, but I realized I need a PhD for my work if I want to become a professional person. And then I talked to the president of my school. He said, go and get PhD in the United States because they have the wonderful programs. And then come back to Japan and work. And then there I went to Cincinnati. So the reason I went to Cincinnati is affordable for me rather than going to California or New York. And also Cincinnati is a birthplace of Steven Spielberg. I wanted to see the place. Yeah. Okay. So I went to Cincinnati, but I got married because of my husband. He is a wonderful person. He's so he has a broad understanding for different cultures. So we got married, and this painting is my feeling for my wedding. Okay. Next chapter is challenges and vision. So after I moved to the United States, I started think about more about myself and life and my art and myself as an artist. And I always feel like I needed to express something, and I try look into myself, but I got married. So marriage, pregnancy, and birth of my daughter, Everything happened so quickly and fast, and I couldn't process much. And then I started looking for my own style of art. And I'm still thinking about my style. What is my style? This one, um, I tried to join the contest at in Cincinnati area, and I made this for contest of Comic Con in Cincinnati, and I got the first prize, and also other black one art was got third place. These are my recent animal artworks, and I realized my love for animals are still same, and but I realized I often make babies in it. After I became mother, I started painting babies too. And this is an illustration and changing identity. So here's another thing. People often tell me make more Japanese art, and I really didn't expected this, but I finally understood the cultural background in myself becomes uniqueness and strength to my expression when I make art. I make these types of Japanese culture related art, and it's from mythology or lucky fortune, lucky charm thing in Japanese culture. I make this type of art pretty often. And these are from the mythology and what China and Japanese people like. And there's a mythology about this. And carp swim up and jump over the waterfall, and they can transform into dragon someday, like 100 years later or something. And dragon can fly and go to the limit in the sky, and then transform into a phoenix. This is a symbol of promotion, and people tend to display in their home, wishing their good luck and wealth, especially carp art. So this one actually you can see over there. One is over there, and green one is at Monroe Library right now. So you can take a look until the end of this month. I made these series 2 years ago, and I displayed at local libraries and sold most of them now. These are also carp arts. When I paint carp, I'm very hopeful that I might have next stage in my life. Moving to the United States opened up new opportunities and perspectives that reflects both of my Japanese roots and my American experiences. And I feel I'm still growing. When I was born, my grandmother made a haiku, which haiku is a short poem, and which means life is a accumulation of days called today, and live beautifully, dear Kyoko. So my name Kyo means today. Yes, my name is Kyoko Bartley. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Yes, Leonora.
So you have so many different things that you like to do.
Yes.
How do you decide each morning what you're going to do that day?
First, I have to think about my daily schedule time. It depends on my daughter right now. So, if my daughter comes back early from school, I have to give up the watercolor, perhaps. Then I have to choose from pen or ink or just drawing with pencil. Yeah, I need a certain amount of time for painting. Yeah.
You still like films?
I want to. Yes, I'm trying to do it with my iPhone.
Like do animation, or what kind of films do you do?
Back then I can't hire people when I was young or kid, so I try to move my action figures. And then did like claymation type of stuff or stop motion film like Nightmare Before Christmas type of movie. But it's very short. Any more questions?
Did you say you worked on the Kindle?
Yeah, I did.
So
yes.
Where is that part of your life? Is that on hold? It's your past? Do you have IT?
I actually don't have the science background from school, but they liked my visions for technology. So I brought this old magazine. This was the first version of Kindle, and our company in Japan just made this part.
So the user interface.
Yes.
Do you consider that to be a job you had in the past but isn't part of your future?
I don't think so.
Or would you like to go back to that somehow?
It would be so hard for me to go back to that all of it because I have nearly 15 years of blank.
So a lot of technology.
Yeah, and everything have changed, and also I didn't go to PhD, in this country. So my last experience at the academic field was in Japan over 20 years ago. So it will be really hard if I make effort to get back.
Sure.
Yeah. So
you're leaning into the art.
Art, yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Princeton.
Sorry, what? When I got married, I was in Cincinnati because my husband is from Cincinnati, and we met Cincinnati, and he was teaching at Cincinnati University of Cincinnati, and I was a student there as just English. After we got married and several years passed, he got job in Princeton area. Not Princeton University, just Princeton area. And he got new position here, so we moved here from Cincinnati. It was 2016. Do you have any questions?
So now about new technology stuff. So I have a question about new technology related to AI. Sometimes AI can make very nice art.
Yes.
So do you have any idea incorporate or just separate or just for your idea about AI technology related to art?
Before ChatGPT or recently Twitter released Grok, and we can easily make images for free with AI. And before I started using it, I was so scared. And artists, especially hand drawing, painting, one of a kind type of artist, I thought we are doomed. But I stopped be scared of them recently because it depends on to make good art with AI. It depends on the prompt. You have to learn how to make very good prompt to make your imagination in the screen. But still, for a lot of people, just paint by yourself is much easier. That unless we have the the machine, they can scan your brain or something. Until then, I think each artist's creativity still survive. Yeah, and unless we have customers or viewers appreciate the real art there by human, artists can survive. I think. I hope. Yes.
Would you use AI to make a film out of your own work, like to prompt? Use your own work as a prompt?
I think I would because it's cheaper, and I can't film the real complicated things by myself. Or making videos or film with AI will be easiest way to show to the movie companies as a new type of storyboard. Yes, it's if it's moved or they can express certain colors or expression of actors, we can use like that, but not actual film. Do you have any questions?
Well, I would like to share an observation.
Yes.
I'm so impressed that, first of all, you keep educating yourself. So that's inspirational. But also, I try to speak Italian, and I was scared to do an artist talk and nervous in my mother language. And here you are in the second language sharing this. Thank you so much for getting up and trying and giving us this beautiful talk.
Thank you so much.
Very inspirational.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It was influenced by Hollywood stars. I like watching Oscars, golden globes, and
I'm not wearing a gown though. I mean, next time.
I might,
gown.
Actually, I will go to film festival soon, like in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I will walk on red carpet as just guest. I got it.
Okay.
At Macy's.
Good.
I need to.
I want that to be the last picture of your presentation.
Okay.
Next time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes. Well, you're the interview. Yes.
Well, thank you all for coming. We're just touched that you shared this with us, Kyoko. I feel like I learned loads more about you in this really short period of time. Very proud of you.
Thank you.
All of your accomplishments. And like I said, you got up here and you nailed it. Yeah. We were all at some point doing this, and we were up here having anxiety, and you're killing it.
That's good. Thanks. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That haiku made me cry.
Oh.